What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video and a brand new predictions video. That's right. Of course, Crown Jewel is next Saturday, November 2nd. Next Sunday? No, next Saturday. That's right. And it will once again be in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And it's going to be a very rare first for Triple H. For a pay-per-view that's not a big four, there will be 7 matches on the card. Holy shit, who would have thought a Triple H pay-per-view would have more than 5 matches on the card? This appears to be the full card. There might be, I won't even pretend to say that there might be 1 or 2 more. There might not be. This seems to be the full official card for Crown Jewel. Very, very decent matches, if you do ask me. So what we're going to do, we're going to go bottom to top. We're going to go through all the matches one by one, and we are going to predict who we think is going to win each and every single match at Crown Jewel 2024. Obviously, this will not be the right opinion. A lot of people might have different ones, so I urge anyone who's watching this to leave their predictions down in the comments below for who they think is going to win at Crown Jewel 2024. So, with that being said, let's get right into the predictions. We're going bottom to top, so the first one we're going to talk about is the reunited OG Bloodline, as Roman Reigns and the Usos will take on the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and or Jacob Fatu. Obviously, the Timu Bloodline participants are yet to be determined in a 6-man tag team match. Now, I will talk about this. I know a lot of people are a little bit critical of the fact that Jey Uso reuniting with the Bloodline is a little bit rushed, and in a sense, I do agree. Jey Uso should have been a little bit more skeptical teaming up with Roman. Yeah, it was hinted in the past that Jey would always be willing to forgive Jimmy and all that shit, but Roman Reigns, with everything he has put Jey through in the past 4 to 5 years, when Roman was the tribal chief, it really, really did seem like maybe a little bit more needed to be done for Jey to ultimately finally be like, okay, I'm going to be with you again, besides just Solo costing Jey the Intercontinental Championship. I don't feel like that's enough, but either way, it is good to see the Usos back together, and really the OG Bloodline, besides really Sami Zayn, getting back together. I feel like for this, it has to be Roman Reigns and the Usos. I feel like it will be Roman Reigns and the Usos. I could even go so far as to say Sami Zayn probably comes out and helps the Bloodline win. I don't know. But I feel like it is very safe to say that Roman Reigns and the Usos are going to walk out with the dub in this one. Purely because I feel like it would be a big Saudi Arabia pop for Roman and the Usos to win. Obviously, this is a build-up to War Games later on in the month, so it'll be interesting to really see where that plays out. So my pick is Roman Reigns and the Usos in this 6-man tag team match. Next, it'll be a fatal 4-way tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. It'll be Jade and Bianca Belair defending against Damage Control's Kairi Sane and Io Sky. Metaphors Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Now, big ass match. I am very happy that Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson are in this match. I guess it's pretty safe to say that they've gotten called up to the main roster. I think it's very safe to say that. Very big tag team match. I'm very much in love with this idea. For a Fatal 4-Way tag team match. Just goes to show how much women's wrestling's really changed in Saudi Arabia. In terms of who wins, though, that could be a topic of discussion, because on one hand, I could play it safe and say Jade and Bianca are going to retain, because I feel like they're going to want to save that heel turn, whoever decides to turn, until WrestleMania season, because I feel like WrestleMania 41 we are going to get Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair one-on-one. And on the other hand, you could have either one of the three challengers win and start to do the classic will they, won't they, splitting up Triple H angle, like they're doing with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, like they're doing with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. You could do that with Jade and Bianca. However, I am going to play it safe, and I'm going to say Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are going to retain the women's tag team titles. I'm going to say they pin Metaphor. I'm going to say Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson are in this match purely to take the pin. I'm going to say Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are going to reign with the women's tag team titles for a little while longer. So my pick, and still WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Next, it is a triple threat match for the WWE United States Championship, as we have LA Knight defending the title against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. This is an amazing match. Obviously, throughout the past couple of months, we had Andrade and Carmelo Hayes face off in this like best of 7 series, basically. Amazing matches between the two. LA Knight inevitably got himself involved in this rivalry, and now it is going to shape up. Obviously, over the past couple of weeks as well, Andrade had a one-on-one opportunity, and Carmelo Hayes had a one-on-one opportunity, both for the United States Championship. And because they're having another shot, it makes me feel like maybe one of them is going to win the United States Championship. Otherwise, I feel like there's really no reason for Andrade and Carmelo Hayes to really get another one. Now, a lot of people could say, oh, but LA Knight's only been champion for a couple of months. Well, I feel like either one, either Andrade or Carmelo Hayes would both be very good people to dethrone LA Knight. And hell, you could even have one of them pin the other and not LA Knight to really set up LA Knight trying to get a rematch for the United States Championship. And one person in particular that I feel like would be a very good new United States champion would have to be him, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is an amazing competitor. It is very clear that WWE has very high hopes for Carmelo Hayes. Why not utilize that? Why not show that you have high hopes for Carmelo Hayes, then have him win a main roster championship? Let's say Carmelo Hayes pins Andrade, not LA Knight, but Carmelo Hayes becomes the United States champion, set up perfectly for a Carmelo Hayes LA Knight one-on-one feud going forward. Andrade can keep up his stint on WWE Speed, and there you go. So I'm actually going to go on a whim, and I'm going to say the winner and new United States champion Carmelo Hayes. Next, we got Randy Orton one-on-one against Kevin Owens. Obviously, this stems from Bad Blood, where Kevin Owens ended up turning heel on Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton trying to play peacekeeper. Then they ended up getting in a little bit of a feud. Well, that match is going to happen at Crown Jewel. I've heard a lot of reports saying that the plan is going to be Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at either Survivor Series or Saturday night's main event. And I feel like if they are going to do that, they're going to want Kevin Owens to pick up a win. I feel like they wouldn't want Kevin Owens turning heel and then having this big Lord Voldemort treatment by Triple H and WWE on screen if they are not planning to make Kevin Owens look as dangerous as possible. Make Kevin Owens look like a dominant heel again. Make Kevin Owens feel like the prize fighter, like that big deal again. I'm going to say Kevin Owens beats Randy Orton, and then instantly, I will even say Kevin Owens probably writes Randy Orton off TV for a little bit, just to allow the one-on-one feud stem between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. So for that reason alone, I'm going to say the winner of that match, Kevin Owens. Next, we got Seth freaking Rollins one-on-one against Big Bronson Reed. Now, this is very interesting because Bronson Reed has been on a roll throughout the second half of this year. Obviously, this stemmed from Bronson Reed a couple of months ago, hitting Seth Rollins with like 6 tsunamis. Seth Rollins got written off TV. He came back, and he wants a fight against Big Bronson Reed. Now, this is interesting because it could really go both ways. On one hand, you could have Seth Rollins get that big revenge win and beat Bronson Reed to get revenge, or you could have Bronson Reed get a big pay-per-view win and solidify Bronson Reed as a big main event name in WWE going forward. Bronson Reed could very well be a main event caliber superstar after a win against Seth Rollins. But you also got to come into this effect. Maybe they are going to plan for Seth Rollins to challenge for that world championship at some point in the near future. Maybe they don't want Seth Rollins' stock to go down, but Seth Rollins is a 10-year vet in the WWE. He can afford to lose to someone who can rise to the main event. Monday Night Raw is lacking that star power, and I feel like what they need to do is to have Bronson Reed beat Seth Rollins and really show that he is that dangerous. He is that dude. So honestly, like normally I would say Seth Rollins by a long shot, but in the way that they're booking Bronson Reed, I'm going to actually say that Bronson Reed defeats Seth Rollins here. I think that'd be interesting, is if Bronson Reed defeats Seth Rollins. So you know what? I'm going to say the winner of this match, Bronson Reed. Then we go on to the co-main event for the inaugural WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship. We got the Women's World Champion from Monday Night Raw, with Liv Morgan, taking on the WWE Women's Champion from SmackDown, Nia Jax. Now, I can understand a lot of people being excited for this match. I'm not. I'm not excited for either one of these Crown Jewel Championship matches. I have a whole video in length about me talking about it. It's for a meaningless belt. It's like the greatest Royal Rumble Championship, where it's just going to be there for that night, and then we're never going to see it, or it's going to rarely be mentioned again. But nonetheless, let's talk about Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. I feel like what they're probably going to do is they're going to have Tiffany Stratton tease a Money in the Bank cash in on Liv Morgan, and that could help Nia Jax get a victory over Liv Morgan. And, you know, maybe something could happen that can cause more tension between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. But I honestly think that Tiffany Stratton will probably help Nia Jax get the win here and win this Crown Jewel Championship. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not really on the Liv Morgan hype train anymore. I think this fucking reign needs to end. And I definitely would not want to see her with that women's Crown Jewel Championship and all those promos afterwards. I feel like if I were to pick either one of these two, I would go Nia Jax by a long shot. She's fucking dominating. She's a beast. She's doing great. She's improved a hell of a lot in the ring. So if we're going to give this meaningless fucking belt to anybody, my pick and first ever WWE Women's Crown Jewel Champion, Nia Jax. Then we move on to the main event. For the inaugural WWE Crown Jewel Championship, we got the World Heavyweight Champion from Monday Night Raw, Gunther, and the undisputed WWE Champion from SmackDown, Cody Rhodes. Now, I said this in this video too. As excited as I am to finally see Gunther and Cody Rhodes face each other one-on-one, I am not excited at all with the circumstances as to why we're getting this match, being for a meaningless championship. However, this is what we are getting. Now, this match, out of all of them, could go either way, because Gunther has started a little bit of a mini feud ever since Bad Blood with Oldberg, and Cody Rhodes, as we previously mentioned, started this rivalry with Kevin Owens. Now, we could see interference on both sides that could help either man lose. However, the one I see most likely happening, especially considering the fact Kevin Owens is already performing on this night, I'm going to say that Goldberg, costs Gunther. And I think this will probably cause a Survivor Series World Heavyweight Championship match between Gunther and Goldberg. It'll be the biggest Vince McMahon booking decision Triple H has ever made. But I feel like that could happen, which would allow Cody Rhodes to defeat Gunther and become the inaugural WWE Crown Jewel Champion. Now, would I love for Gunther to have this championship? Hell to the yes. But I feel like they're not, like Cody Rhodes is the poster boy. Even if Goldberg does not get involved, I would honestly say Cody Rhodes wins either way, because he's the poster boy. He needs to get all these wins, you know what I mean? Until maybe when he faces Randy or Roman or Rock, and then he loses the belt, right? So I'm going to say, because of Goldberg interference, the winner and the first ever WWE Crown Jewel Champion is going to be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And ladies and gentlemen, that will have to conclude my predictions for the 2024 Crown Jewel Premium Live event. What are your predictions for this show? Leave a comment down below. I'd very much love to see who you think is going to win this match. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have to conclude this video. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on so that way you never miss an upload. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.